Metal shavings in the production line, dangerous amounts of bacteria in your product, and even a chemical spill. As experts in the food industry, I'm sure you have a pretty good understanding of food safety risks. After doing a bit of research, I find that most of the food industry classifies their risks into 4 categories: microbiological, chemical, technological, and physical. While the industry have their own perceptions on what are important food risks, consumers tend to have quite different ones. Often, the industry don't understand what the consumer perceives as important risks. This could be, so they don't know what are more crucial and ones that they may not think are as important. For example, consumers may believe that scientists are injecting their food with nasty chemicals to try and create these big 3-eyed monster fish to feed a family for a week. Or they might think, it doesn't matter if the chicken isn't cooked in the middle, as long as I've cooked the outside, all the bacteria should be dead. Because consumers tend to have a lower level of understanding and knowledge of food safety, they often have different perceptions to each other and the food industry. If the industry doesn't communicate what are important risks for consumers to be aware of, consumers may miss obvious risks or also perceive risks that may not exist. So you can see the necessity of understanding what consumers perceive as important food safety risks so that we can identify the most important information to communicate to the consumers. So to get this useful information, I need perceptions, also known as opinions. And I don't think there's anything people love more than to have their own opinion. Good thing is, these opinions are often shared. By using Q methodology, I'll be able to understand a wide variety of different shared perceptions by New Zealand consumers. The Q methodology will allow participants to display their perceptions on what they feel are important food risks. They will do this by sorting a set of statements, from most agree to most disagree on how important they find their statement. Yeah. The way they sort the statements is then compared and contrasted with other Q sorts to find 5 to 6 groups of participants with similar sorting patterns. Then a synthetic Q sort will be created to represent the shared perception, and these 5 to 6 different perceptions will then be able to help the food industry to then understand what are important food safety risks to consumers, and this can help us have a safer and more educated New Zealand. Thank you.